Welcome in, everybody. I'm very happy for you there, Kitty. Thank you so much for taking in my shenanigans. So, I'm gonna come on here today and talk a little bit about Friday the 13th, considering today is Friday the 13th. I took a bunch of days off there because, you know what? Why the hell not? I work fucking hard. I work hard to bring you guys messages, and I needed a break. I needed a rest. I'm so happy to know that Little B is up and at 'em. Welcome in, Shelly, Michael, Max, Kitty. So, Friday the 13th has a bit of a reputation for bad luck. Okay? And when it's combined with Friday, which is also seen as unlucky in some context, and this is the AI overview, by the way. It creates a particularly inauspicious day. So the religious roots behind it regards the Last Supper. The most predominant religious connection is with the biblical story of the Last Supper, where 13 people, Jesus and his 12 disciples, or apostles, were present. Judas, the 13th guest, is known for betraying Jesus, which then led to his crucifixion on a Friday. So Good Friday, the day of Jesus' crucifixion, known as Good Friday, is also a day of mourning and remembrance in Christianity, further solidifying the link between Friday and misfortune. Why they would call it Good Friday, I don't know. But anyway. Cultural influences with the Knights Templar. Some theories suggest that superstition was reinforced by the mass arrest of the Knights Templar on Friday, October 13th, 1307. In Norse mythology, a banquet of the gods was disrupted by the 13th guest, Loki, who brought chaos and misfortune. Superstitions: 13 at a table. Many people consider it unlucky to have 13 people seated at a table. Buildings and flights. Some buildings skip the 13th floor or row of seats on airplanes due to the superstition. In essence, the history of Friday the 13th is a blend of religious narratives and cultural beliefs that have shaped in a persistent superstition about this date being associated with bad luck. However, Let's look into that angel number. So the angel number 13 is seen as a sign of positive change, growth, and the need to manifest your desires. It suggests a time to align with the universe, embrace new opportunities, and trust in the process of transformation. The number 13 can also be interpreted as a message to focus on your heart's desires and embrace new adventures that will lead to a better life. In more detail, manifestation and the law of attraction, angel number 13 is closely linked to the principles of the law of attraction and manifestation. It encourages you to actively work towards your goals and align your energy with positive energy of the universe. Positive change and growth. The number 13 is a symbol of positive change, growth, and development. It suggests a period of transition evolution, urging you to embrace these changes with open arms. Seeing an angel number 13 is a reminder to trust the process of life and the guidance of the universe. It encourages you to let go of any resistance and embrace the changes unfolding in your life. The number 13 can also suggest that you may be on the verge of greater fulfillment and experience a shift in your personal evolution. It's a call to explore your potential and align with your higher self. Let's see what Joanne, Sacred Scribe, has to say. So, angel number 13, it's made up of attributes of energies of the numbers 1 and 3. Number 1 brings it vibrations of new beginnings. Striving forward, motivation and progress, attainment and fulfillment, uniqueness and individually. And number 3, it relates to optimism and enthusiasm, communication and self-expression, inspiration and creativity, expansion and growth. Now, the number 3, I'm getting the 3 of Wands in my mind's eye, and it's about being persistent. It's about being consistent and focusing on your priorities and intentions as well. Number 3 also relates to the Ascended Masters. And number 13 is a number of traditions, hard work, organization, and right judgment. The number 13 is also a feminine number and suggests that you tap into your intuition. Angel number 13 is a message from your angels that some upheavals may take place in your life. This is happening for karmic reasons and will break new ground for you that will bring about new opportunities for you to grow spiritually. The angels ask you ask that you adapt to changes gracefully. Angel number 13 is a message from your angels that you are being guided and assisted with your soul mission. Trust that the angels and ascended masters are by your side as you go through transitions that will bring into perfect alignment with your divine life purpose. If you're unsure of your next steps, ask your angels for guidance and assistance. So I'm going to jump into the Lightworkers Oracle within my trusty tablet here. And I'm just going to pick on random. I'm going to start off with the Lightworkers Oracle. So we have Earth Healing. So, To those that this reading today will resonate with, this is quite possibly something that you might be um, aligning with. Okay? You are making a real contribution to the planet through your spiritual journey. Remember this and believe that your needs will be generously met by the earth and the universe. What you're doing matters, and you will be supported. The earth recognizes you. She sees you as a conduit through which she is fed higher frequencies of light, love, and divine presence. Somebody might be going on a trip. Somebody might be traveling. I hear a plane in the background. This assists her on the journey of her own evolution. Earth is an exceptionally beautiful and powerful divine being in her own right. Yet she, like every other being, benefits from the assistance of higher frequencies, which offers a loving hand to help raise her vibration and continue her evolution. You're here to have your spiritual life journey in a human body. Part of that process will involve sharing your light with the earth itself. This may see you to take on the role of a healer, a guide, a mentor, a teacher to others on the path. And it may see you doing work with the natural world with various earth-centered causes such as conservation and animal welfare, organic and biodynamic farming, and ethical food production. It may involve an active prayer life that is ongoing through your day, praying for assistance, compassion, clearing, and blessing when you see an accident on the road, an animal or a person who seems to be suffering, or an item on the news that you know needs light and healing. From the most obvious gestures to the most subtle, the oracle tells you that you are powerful enough to make a meaningful contribution to the quality of consciousness upon Earth. Earth asks you to do your work with quiet confidence and dedication, and she gives thanks for all that you have done and acknowledges her love for you. She will support you in your work by providing material means for you while you are here on this planet. These include financial support, housing, food, and human-animal relationships. She will also provide guidance for your progress, opportunities to grow and expand your field of influence, education and training opportunities, and the means to take advantage of them, and the chance to apply what you've learned in a real-world context. The more you devote yourself to your task of earth healing, the more Earth will support you in fulfilling your inspired goals. If you've been wondering if the spiritual work that you are doing is making a contribution, take this oracle as a validation that it is. What you are doing matters. Yes, you are going to expand and grow in the work that you are doing and the impact that you have in the world, because you are capable of that. But you are already helping in ways that you may not even realize, but that the earth and the spiritual worlds do. You have loved the earth enough to take human form and do your work here. She knows it, and she will reward you richly for it. So keep working, keep shining, keep growing, dear one. Your presence here is so needed and honored, especially with the current state of the world in the shambles that it is. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Right now, though, here's an invocation to accept this divine destiny. Through unconditional love, I am empowered to live my divine destiny. I trust in my gifts and talents, and I know that all I need for divine success shall be provided for me. I now choose of my own free will to release any blocks consciously or unconsciously held around trusting the earth to provide me with all that is needed to fulfill my divine purpose. I'm so grateful to receive all that I need and more. I feel much joy within me about my life and what I am capable of, and what I have attained so far, and how much I can offer to the earth. I live from my heart with absolute trust. May all beings know their genuine worth and have confidence to express their grace through my own free will. So be it. All right. Hope you're all having a good day. Thank you for joining me today. If you want to tap into today's message, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell button and hit all rather than just personalized. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there are certain ways you can do so through the description box or the link section on here on YouTube. All support is greatly appreciated. Welcome in, Maureen. Welcome in, Sheila. Welcome in, Shelley. Sure. What's the energy today? What do we need to know about? What do we need to know about today? I think the world kind of needs to sit the fuck down and smoke a joint. Alright, so the Hermit. There's a lot of you out there right now that are going to resonate with this message, that you're questioning your purpose, you're questioning your reason, you're questioning what the actual fuck am I doing here? Where am I supposed to make this particular impact? Okay, you're on the fence, I feel, about going within yourself, and you're having a hard time finding guidance outside of yourself. And this is the whole thing. When we have the Hermit coming out on its side, this is very wishy-washy energy as far as your purpose and your self-worth. This has a lot to do with you recognizing that you do have an inner light that is guiding you at any point of the given day. Okay? And these messages are meant to bring you balance. These messages are meant to bring you peace. Okay? When you are distracted by outer elements of fear-mongering and chaos, it is meant to take you out of your focus. It's meant to take you out of your vibration, your higher vibration. It's meant to diminish that vibration. So with the Hermit on its side, I do believe that this is about you questioning whether or not you have that light within you, which I can tell you right now, you do. If you are living, if you are breathing, you have that light within you. You always have. Okay? Also, the situation with this is that once you step into this new reality of listening to your higher self, listen and tapping into that, you will be given guidance. You will be given messages. You will be given the answers that you seek. And one of those answers is that you've always been that light. A lot of us are looking for that light at the end of the tunnel, when all it is mirrored back to you as that light. So you are that light within that tunnel. Okay? So I believe this card is saying to believe in yourself and to do the work that you need to become your highest version of yourself as far as frequency. The sun is coming out in the reverse, so this is something about either being left in the dark about something. Thank you, Maureen. This could represent somebody not giving you particular important information. They want you trapped in your head with the 8 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You got the Page of Swords, so there's definitely people watching, people studying, people talking. There very well could be a message coming forward to you. Somebody's trying to keep you from moving forward by making you question yourself. There's a 6 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, but you are going to be learning some major lessons through this transition, okay? And somebody's not going to like that. Somebody's not going to like the lessons that you are learning. Somebody's not going to like the information that you are obtaining, because it's going to take away their power from you. I do believe there's someone here leaving you in the dark about information in order to manipulate you. But the whole thing is, collective, you close the cycle out. Okay? And they think by withholding this information that they are theoretically ending this new beginning for you. By holding this information from you, they feel like they're stagnating you, they're stalling you out. That is clearly not the case. Somebody really needs to go back to the drawing board as far as their overall intentions with the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. Everything that they've done to come up against you is falling apart. It's not having any power over you. And I have a feeling like this is what's being left in the dark. Okay? They're trying to get a reaction out of you. They want to see some sort of evil side of you that doesn't exist. Okay? They're trying to get a reaction out of you, and they're not getting what they want. This is someone with a very ugly spirit, very bitter, with ill intention. This is someone with very ill intention and like using force. What's going on, Spirit? What do we need to know? The 2 of Cups. So there very well could be a new relationship coming in, or you could very well just be balancing out your masculine and feminine, stepping into this frequency to align with a soulmate. Thank you, Fool. There's major injustice happening right now. Lots of injustice, lots of imbalanced energy. We're going to clarify this just to get a little bit more information as to what this is all meaning for you, for the collective. Is there anything else left before I clarify this that we need to throw out on the table here? Thank you, Spirit. The Two of Pentacles. Somebody wants you juggling. Somebody wants you suffering. But that's not the case. We got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the Four of Swords. You're finding your self-worth. You're resting. You're recuperating. You're healing from a particular time that was rather stressful for you. You're taking time out for yourself. And somebody doesn't want you resting. Somebody wants you facing injustice. Somebody wants you acting out of character. They want you juggling. They want you not balanced. They want you suffering. All because you walked away and you ended a cycle. Okay? But everything that they've done up until this point has either fallen on deaf ears or it's brought, you know, everything's falling apart. Everything that they've done is falling apart. All right? Can I get more on the Sun in reverse? Oh, that's why. Flip it on over. The Sun in reverse. Okay. The Sun in reverse. They're trying to make you self-sabotage. They're keeping certain information away from you in order for you to sabotage and quite possibly end this new beginning. And the sabotage very well could be birthing a new idea, birthing a new company, whatever the case may be. But we got the Empress on its side, and we got the Ten of Swords. So you're ending out this cycle. You ended this cycle, you walked away, you learned your lessons, you learned what you needed to know, and you acted accordingly. You're now finding self-worth, you're finding a position of rest and recuperation, and all they're trying to do is bring injustice to you. Now, this could have been an ex, this could have been a relationship or whatever, or they very well could be trying to end any new possibilities for a relationship. We got the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So what I'm getting from this is that, you know, what's meant for you will be for you. Okay? Anybody that's not willing to stand the test of time and to be in a position of loyalty to you, then it wasn't meant to be to begin with. Okay? Now, you don't have to be loyal to an asshole. Okay? If somebody's not treating you right, you don't have to stick around. Okay? You don't have to put up with it, so to speak. I do see that there's going to be a new connection coming in for you, though. Can I get the Hermit on its side? Info on the Hermit on its side. There's going to be new collaborations coming in. We got the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You're going to have to find some strength within you and empower yourself and encourage yourself through this time of challenge, okay? Because people thinking that they're trying it, and it's not working out for them at all. Whatever they're doing to you to come up against you is going to blow up in their face. Alright, Page of Swords. Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords has got the Hangman and the Four of Pentacles. So somebody's wondering why you're keeping all your thoughts to yourself. They're wondering why you are being very choosy with your energy. They're wondering why you are so stubborn, why they can't manipulate you. Spirit just said, why are you not taking the bait? So somebody's putting out bait for you to take, and you're not even taking it. You're like not even interested. Like, a lot of this is a misunderstanding because they're hearing rumors, they're hearing other information, other people are telling them these things, and they're trying to act upon this, and it's not working out the way that they thought it would. They thought you would have taken the bait, that you would have been in a particular predicament that was going to bring you down, but it didn't. Like, there was people working together, all right? It's not just one person to bring justice. And this is something to do with a relationship as well, all right? The fact that you're holding your cards to your chest, the fact that you're staying to yourself, the fact that you're not allowing a lot of people into your energy, you could be loving your solitude right now. With the Hangman, you are very much steadfast on your perspective. You don't feel that you need to change your perspective. You think you pretty well got a good hold on it, which I do believe, I think you do. You've had a lot of time to rest and recuperate and to meditate on the situation. And with the Four of Swords and the Six of Swords out here, you've learned some major lessons, right? And you've had no other choice but to cut certain energies off. Ultimately, because they brought you nothing but destruction, nothing but chaos. You know, they want you to work for nothing. They want you to, they want it to be pointless. Okay, whatever you're doing, whatever purpose you have, whatever you're stepping into as a new beginning or a new position or a new job, whatever the case may be, maybe you're starting your own business. They want it to flop. They don't want you to have this business. Okay? This is the kind of energy I'm picking up on this. And it's all mainly because you cut them off. They're resentful because you walked away. They're resentful because they can't manipulate you anymore. They're resentful because they can't tie into your energy anymore. Thank you, Princess. So be very careful as to who you're sharing your energy with. Be very careful as to who you are allowing into your reality. And be very, very careful as to who is actually trying to manipulate you. Become aware of that. Because these people do not have anything good as far as your interests at heart. Okay? They don't have any good interests of you at heart. There's a lot of karmic individuals out there that are butthurt, that you're not allowing, you're not allowing certain people back in your energy that you've cut out from the past, right? And they're all butthurt about it. What's going on with the Page of Swords? Is there anything else with the Page of Swords? This could very well be a Cancer or a Pisces. This King of Cups in the reverse is in their emotions. Okay? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, quite possibly. Okay, this person is very much in their emotions. They're very much resentful that you cut them off. They're watching. They're obsessed. Okay? They're lurking. They're a lurking gherkin. They don't know whether or not to love you or hate you. Okay? Anything else about the Page of Swords? Temperance. They're trying to create either chaos or they're going through chaos. One of the two. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is not going in their favor of what they wanted. And I think this is the ringleader, so to speak, as to who was behind all of the ridicule, all the lies, all the rumors, all the chaos. This particular person is now finding out that, you know, the tables have turned. And the chaos is coming back to smack them in the face. This person's audacity and their nerve is like next level, okay? This person doesn't have your interest at heart. They never did. All they did is pretty well have you questioning yourself, questioning your self-worth, wanting you to feel left out in the cold. They wanted you to feel unbalanced, on quicksand. You know, they would rather see you sinking than see you striving and succeeding. And it's kind of giving me this energy that, like, when they were in your life and their life was in chaos, your life was actually doing really, really well. And when your life was in chaos, they were doing really, really well. And it's mainly because they were energetically tying themselves to you, binding themselves to your prosperity, binding themselves to your gifts or whatever else. Okay? They were siphoning off of you, and now they're no longer able to. The angels got them cut off. And considering you've learned the valuable information that helped you release yourself from this particular person, I do see you, by you cutting them off, their whole world is in shambles. Everything that they've worked for is falling apart. It's because they were building it on your energy. They were building it on your knowledge, your wisdom, your own self-respect. They tried emulating you, by the looks of it. They also said that something about this relationship. They might have meddled in a relationship, okay, to bring you injustice, to get you to act out of character, to get you to have to juggle your self-worth and peace of mind. The audacity of this person is, like, disgusting. What's the Six of Swords? I'll pop these over here. What's the Six of Swords? So the Six of Swords, you learned some major lessons. These major lessons brought you a lot of stability, okay? And this is what they can't walk away from. They want to be part of your glow up, is what it's showing. They want to be able to move in this new direction with you. But they can't, because they're being left behind. Okay? You are working on a stable situation for yourself, and you're not walking away from that. Okay? And you're sure as hell not going to forget what they've done. And this is what's helping you move forward. This is what's helping you get you past that threshold into this new life, into this new direction. Okay? Yeah, you're nurturing yourself, you're finding stability, you are finding tribe, and you're walking away from that what no longer serves you. Good fucking job, collective. It's about time you stand on business. Okay? You're loving yourself, you're pouring into yourself, you're pouring into others, and this is what's bringing you that balance. Okay? And this should be celebrated. The fact of all the hard work you've done, all the growth that you've had. This is substantial. This is worth celebrating. Okay? And I've got goosebumps all over my back right now. Okay? What is the Ten of Swords? Somebody tried to make money off of your demise by ending things for you. The Ten of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Tower. Let's just say that it didn't work out as planned. Okay? What they thought was going to end you helped you grow. It brought you new people to collaborate with, and it brought a huge tower. Major changes. Okay? Ten of Swords. Anything else? They tried to bring a disruption to your stability because of the past. They were holding a grudge. And they wanted you self-sabotaging and having to make decisions without knowing all the information, thinking that they were pulling the wool over your eyes. And it's really unfortunate for them because it blew up in their face. They thought they had it in the bag. They thought they had it all figured out. They thought they knew what they were doing to bring you down. And they were even getting paid to do this. I'm really kind of figuring somebody from your family might have been paying them off to do this, to bring you challenges. But you just kept loving on yourself. You kept pouring into yourself with the Ace of Cups. Okay? What's the Eight of Pentacles? The Eight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, that's the truth. They tried to end everything that you were trying to create. But you had a huge awakening. Okay? You know you deserve better than that. That's why you walked away, right? You deserve 10 times better than what they were treating you. The audacity and the grudges that they held. And when I'm getting download from Spirit, they're making themselves sick with their grudges that they're holding on you. Right? They're literally making themselves sick. And the fact that it's all blowing up in their face is just that much more. Like, they're screaming. They're losing their absolute shit right now. The whole idea was for you to hate yourself, but you turned into an emperor energy. Like, make it make sense. They wanted to end everything that you were building. Like, the Eight of Pentacles talks a lot about talent. It's talking a lot about gifts. It's talking a lot about hard work. It's talking about perfecting your craft. It's talking a lot about making an influence or making an impact with your craft, okay? And having it on display for those that need to come forward, okay? And you have really, really, really good advice. You have really good talent with whatever you're working on. You're shining. And this is what they wanted for you. They didn't want you to have this ability, right? But they're trying to steal this away from you in a way that they don't even have access to it, right? They don't have access to what you have. They don't have access to what you got going on. And the fact that you're outshining them is making them absolutely livid, right? And this was part of your great awakening. Recognizing your inner power, recognizing who the hell you are, and standing on it. What's the Two of Cups? Yeah. So there's this Two of Cups here, right? And this Two of Cups, this relationship was brought in to disconnect you from your higher power. Okay? It's like they were collaborating against you to bring about your demise. They wanted to break your heart. We had the Ace of Cups come in right side up because you're pouring into yourself. And they wanted you to feel worthless. They wanted you to feel like you didn't matter anymore. You should just off yourself. Okay? That's not the case. Okay? So they brought a particular person into your life to emulate like a soulmate, only to basically pretty well leave you for dead. They orchestrated this and worked together towards this. Okay? This Two of Cups was giving you some sort of a stable space to stand on. And this is in the past. I do believe this was in the past. All right? Which became very chaotic. Which became more of an injustice to you than anything good. Okay? This really tore you up, collective. Okay? They thought they had it in the bag. They thought they had what it took to ruin you. And I do believe there's more than one, two, or three people that were colluding together to bring about this demise. Okay? They were being very, very strategic with the Seven of Swords. Very, very sneaky energy. There were a lot of people lying to you straight to your face. Okay? Coming into your energy, lying to you, you know, pretending to be a friend when they weren't. They were actually your enemy. And the only reason why they were pretending to be a friend is because they were coming in to get information on you. They were wanting to know what was going on with you. They wanted to know what your new prospects were, so that way they could ruin them. And I do believe with the Ace of Swords coming out here, you became aware of this. So this is why you're holding your cards to your chest. This is why you're taking time out for yourself and cutting everybody off. Because at this point, you really can't trust a lot of people. Right? So because of that, you're really picking and choosing your friends wisely now. Because of this energy trying to do this to you. And you have every reason to protect yourself, collective. What's this injustice? I'm also getting that they're trying to make money off of you. They could be, I don't know, if you're a creator, they could be copying your content. They could be studying you, studying how you walk away from things, studying how you learn, how you process, whatever the case may be. And they could be trying to take this and putting it into their own words and putting it out to make money off of. Okay? This could very well be behind your back. The Queen of Wands. This injustice could very well be done by a very grudgeful, very manipulative, very hot-headed individual. Okay? Page of Wands. Your intuition is telling you who this is, so really focus in on your intuition right now at this time, because it's giving you downloads, it's giving you what you need to know. They want you juggling, but unfortunately for them, you're balancing things out just fine. You're hot. You very well could be a high priestess. They're trying to get you to question your power. They're trying to get you to question your abilities, but your abilities are top notch. Okay? You may be having to be very strategic, and your intuition is not letting you down. So listen to it. I'm also getting that they want you looking ugly, but you're not. You're looking actually quite beautiful. You're radiant. You've got a glow about you. The audacity of these people are just... like, go eat a Snickers. You're probably hungry. Okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody's lying to you. Somebody's been lying to you the whole time. Smiling to your face, laughing behind your back the whole time. Thinking that they had the upper hand all this time when they don't. They're actually a sorry excuse for a human. Okay? It's actually quite embarrassing. They want you acting out of character. They want you acting a fool. They want you snapping out. They want you just offing yourself, really. With the Four of Swords out here on its side and the Queen, its emphasis with the Queen of Wands reversed. This is really giving me a very hot-headed energy that just, I don't know. They're not even beside themselves. They're like a whole block away. Okay, that's how livid they are at the fact that, like, they've lost themselves. They've lost their career. They've lost themselves. They're probably losing their housing. They're very much juggling things. Trying to find where they fit in the world, and they're watching you succeed at the same time. Which really, they should just focus on their own life rather than focusing on you, collective. But because they have so many grudges, and because maybe you told them some shit that really rang true, and maybe you told them some truth, and they can't handle the truth. Okay? But again, you are getting back what was lost from you. It's coming. All right? And I'm also getting you're getting money, or you're getting some sort of abundance for the damages being done, and whatever they were doing is being exposed. Okay? Yeah, the betrayal. The betrayal that they've come at you with is being exposed. Because they were talking. They were talking smack, talking shit behind your back. There's certain people that got wind of this bullshit that they were doing, and they're not happy with it. They're not happy that you've pretty well done fuck all to them. They have no reason to do this to you, and they're like in majorly bad form for doing whatever they were doing to sabotage you, and it's being exposed. The betrayal is being exposed. It's being put to rest. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. They were throwing rocks and hiding their hands. Trying to create imbalance and leave you in the dark about it. This is how they choose to betray you. Why? Because they're a fucking coward. Okay? They're a fucking coward. And you know what? You could probably snap them in half, collective. And that's why they're a coward. That's why they wouldn't come at you. That's why they wouldn't talk to you. That's why they left you in the dark about all this betrayal and everything else. It's all being exposed. And your higher power, your intuition, it's all tapped in. So it's not like you're not knowing the, the information that you need. And they're all trapped in their head, but that's what they wanted for you. Right? So everything that they're doing to you, they're getting. Everything that they're trying to project to you, they're receiving. And anything that was transmuted is becoming a blessing and an abundance for you, collective. And this is why they're all trapped in their head. They don't understand how this is all happening. You fuck around and play stupid games, you're gonna find out about stupid prizes. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. What's the... Okay. So, yeah. They don't want this information coming forward, but it's coming forward anyway. Somebody's reluctant to tell you something. They feel by coming to you to tell you, it's going to clear their name with you. It's going to clear their name out of this betrayal. Because they don't want no smoke with you. Whoever this person is that's questioning themselves as to whether or not to come forward, they don't want no smoke with you. They see what's been going on behind the scenes, shit that you don't even know about. They see this shit happening to these other people that are coming up against you. Particularly this quite possibly Pisces or Cancer that's come up against you behind your back. They're seeing what's happening to this, I'll say, let's say Cancer, karmic Cancer, okay? They're seeing what's happening because of this person having so many grudges. And Cancers, they hold grudges. They're one of the worst for holding grudges. And Pisces as well. They cannot handle the fact that you're succeeding. What's the Five of Pentacles reversed? The Lovers. You're alchemizing your masculine and feminine energies. So what this is telling me is that you're finding your self-worth. You are nurturing yourself. You are loving on yourself. You are protecting yourself. You're falling in love with yourself all over again. Right? And you very well could be at a position where you never fell in love with yourself before. Maybe you didn't love yourself before. But now you're stepping into that, finally. And I'm proud of you. Okay? Continue moving forward. Continue living your truth. Anything else about the Five of Pentacles reversed? I'm also getting like How did they do that? How did they get out of this shambles that I had for them? Like, how did they alchemize this? How could they do that? They worked years on this collective. They invested so much time and money, and um, they risked their relationships. They've risked everything to bring about your demise, to make you feel worthless, to make you feel out in the cold. Which, at one point, they might have been winning. They might have been actually succeeding in this, because you really weren't aware of the situation, because you were being left in the dark about the betrayal. Right? But once you started going within, and once you realized your own potential, and once you stepped into that potential and called your power back and cut the ties that you didn't want binding you anymore, things changed. Things changed in a very, very powerful way. And it's brought you to a new understanding of how people can be. And you are no longer giving the benefit out of the doubt to these scoundrels that thought that they could manipulate you into basically being a puddle on the ground. What else with the Five of Pentacles reversed? The Chariot reversed. They very well could have screwed with your car to bring about your demise. Like, they wanted you dead. Like, you could have been flipped over in a ditch and they wouldn't have given a shit. They would have been celebrating. That's the type of person this is, behind the scenes. They wanted to watch your demise. And now their whole life is being destroyed. You're a magician. You've got all the elements at your disposal. Okay? The High Priestess has popped out here before too. So you're definitely tapped in. And you definitely have the ability to manifest your best life. And people were siphoning off of this ability. Constantly keeping you in a state of chaos. So that way you couldn't vibrate high enough to step into it. Welcome in, Panji. You missed out on a message there the other day. Yeah, you cut out this devil energy. You cut out all temptations pretty well. You're cutting out addictions. You're creating a stable environment for yourself. You're no longer, in that negative energy. What's the Four of Swords? Four of Swords. Yeah. You finding rest and peace. You finding justice. And people are talking about it. People are talking about how resilient you are. And people are talking about how if people are, in your energy screwing around, how quick it is for you to snap back. Like, your rebuttals are, like, top-notch. You leave them speechless. You leave them in a position where, like, they have nothing else to say. But people are talking. People are talking about the justice that you're receiving, the fact that you're rising. People see that you're growing, you're rising, you're strengthening yourself, you're strengthening your self-worth. You've taken that time to meditate and contemplate. You know there's more battle to deal with, but you've been taking some time out for yourself, and this is your justice. People are talking about it. People could be very well be asking, where the hell is he? Why isn't he online? I'm using myself as an example. Where the hell is he? Why isn't he online? Where did he go? And nobody knows. And that's how you're supposed to keep it, collective. It's none of their fucking business. Okay? Maybe they should have treated you better. Maybe they should have been genuine with you, but they weren't. That's not your problem. That's their problem. The fact that they were playing in your face, the fact that they thought that they could pull a wool over your eyes, the thought that they could bring about your demise and basically take everything that you have. And now they're missing out. Their ships are not coming in. And Spirit's saying their ship sunk. Okay? So just when they thought they were going to get a better over on you, it didn't end up happening that way. So continue walking away. Continue resting. Continue taking time out for yourself, collective. Continue stepping into your new beginning. Continue working consistently with what you're working on. You might even be getting some sort of energy like, oh, I don't feel like it today. Oh, I don't feel like it today. Oh, they're trying. They're trying it. So you got to go above and beyond that feeling of, oh, I don't want to do it today. Oh, I don't want to do it. Just do it. Be consistent. Spirit's got you. Okay? All right. I'm going to do an intuitive animal whispers collective. Animal whispers of the animal world. Give us some messages that we need to know right now. You might have met a new friend. You might be meeting new friends. You might be meeting new people. There's a card here that flipped, I thought. Okay. You are a good friend. You're a genuine friend, collective. You're very genuine. You're going through a rebirth and you're stepping into your higher calling. And I'm very, very proud of you. Extremely proud of you. You deserve all the blessings and abundance and prosperity and healing and empowerment and courage and strength and anything else there that's on the list of positive possibilities for you. You deserve it all, collective. You've been through hell and back. And you still come out a pretty awesome person, despite it all. What's going on, Spirit? There's definitely a, you're very much a good friend to the community. What's going on? You're being seen as a good person by your community as well. The endurance that you have, the persistence, the resilience, the strength, it's empowering, it's inspiring. Okay? And you are inspiring your community. Spirit's also saying that this is one of the things that they hate about you. This particular person. Right? And with the singer card here, with the humpback whale, like, they don't want you to be looked at like this. They don't want you to have this type of respect or this type of reputation. It's throwing their whole plan. There's like a huge wrench that is being thrown into their plans against you. right? Where they're trying to get you to have a bad reputation. You're seen as resilient and powerful and insightful, intuitive, very strong, and they don't like it. They don't like it. Like, literally, everything that they tried to project at you is helping you rise instead of bringing you to your demise. You're finding your path forward, and Spirit is guiding you. Guided, guarded, and protected. And this is why they can't get one over on you anymore. Too fucking late. Their ship has sailed. They're not so clever anymore, collective. They thought they were clever. They thought they had it in the bag. They thought they had the wool over your face. They thought they were gonna, their plan was gonna work out seamlessly. They're not gonna have any difficulties, and bam. It literally blew up in their face. Yeah, you basically divulged all their secrets. The Keeper of Secrets in reverse. And if they really maybe revealed anything of your past, it's not anything that you feel ashamed of, which is really, really wild, because back then you might have felt ashamed about certain things that you've done or whatever that you've had to had experienced in your life. It very, very well could have been a lot of different things that you told each other. Even if they revealed the secrets, you've already alchemized that. You've already learned from those experiences. You've leveled up because of those experiences. Right? And you've learned what you needed to learn to let that shit go and to move on and to move up. And this is what's pretty well saved you at this point. Okay? This is the whole idea of cutting out what no longer serves you. Right? They tried to take away your possibilities. They tried to take away your miracle. They tried to take away your ability to live, to be sustainable, to be stable, to have joy and happiness in your life. Right? And the fact that they can't keep secrets, the thing that they're talking shit behind your back all the time, thinking that they're getting somewhere when all they're doing is making themselves look like an idiot. They're definitely not self-reliant, okay? They're definitely trying to tap into your energy because they don't have your energy. They don't have your strength. Okay? They love it when you share wisdom because they take it and they make it their own. Like, it's borderline plagiarism. Protection, you're protected. You got nothing to worry about, collective. Things have maybe gotten a lot more calm for you since you've cut out all this pathetic bullshit. It's because you raised your frequency, and you are now in a frequency where they can't touch you. You very well could have a new sense for adventure. You might be planning something, maybe a trip, something like that. This is also sharing that you could very well have been in isolation, and now you're kind of coming out of isolation. Maybe you're moving into a more social aspect of yourself, wanting to be social again after a period of solitude. Yeah, you're taking action. Somebody's taking action to bring about some sort of chaos to your world because they were found out. They could be getting retribution, or they could be getting reprimanded, or I don't know if those are the words. They could be getting it. They could be having to deal with repercussions. This person is calling themselves a dark mystic, okay? And you're protected from them. They can't touch you. The divine's like, no, you're not touching them at all. You're not having any access. You're cut off. You're done playing in their, smiling in their face, laughing behind their back. You're done throwing rocks and hiding your hands. You're done. You're done, 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 done. They do not have the supernatural or the magical world on their side. And this is why they've turned dark, as far as them so-called being a mystic. They really have no fucking clue as to the etiquette as to how you should act. And this is why they very well could be losing their gifts, losing their ability to tap into you, losing their ability to connect to you. They're losing everything, collective. They've lost their job, they've lost their career, they've lost their house, they've lost their stability, they've lost everything because they're coming for you. Mainly because this is what they wanted for you. They're very arrogant, very snooty, very snobbish, very much filled with audacity to the point where they felt entitled to your energy, they felt entitled to your gifts, your power, your abilities. But they have no access. Access denied. This is kind of like either a repeat, a rehash, or like a recap of the last reading I did. The 6-7 hour live that I did there a couple days ago. The Pathfinder. So yeah, you're finding your path through all the chaos. You're finding your way. You very well could have surrendered to the divine at some point, and it brought you a lot of healing and strength. And this is where you could have maybe found a new journey, a new direction, a new sense of adventure. Thank you, Benji. Yeah, you're definitely finding a new pathway. It's like really kind of giving me a feeling like you're blazing a new trail. You are blazing a new trail that's never been taken before. You're going in a new direction that many people haven't went before. Okay? And people might have done similar to what you're doing, but you do things differently. You're in a totally different wheelhouse. On a totally different ship, running a totally different protocol. You do things the way you're being called to do it, I think. And people didn't think you were this clever. People didn't think that you had this about yourself. Some people are actually shocked as to what you're doing, whatever that might be. Like, there very well could have been a fact that people were hearing certain things. Oh, that's cool, yeah. But they didn't really understand to the velocity of what what they were talking about. And now that they're looking into you, it's a totally different wow, holy smokes kind of situation. Okay? These people coming up against you, colluding against you, they didn't want you to be seen for greatness. They didn't want people to see your greatness. But people are seeing it anyway. Because of what you've overcome? Yeah. They're trying to take away your ability to have prosperity. They're trying to take away your happiness. You're made of magic, collective. You're made of magic. You can't touch this. Doom, 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 doom. Assertive. You're very assertive. You step forward when you need to. You know when to step. You know when to dance. You know when to stop. You know when to sit down. Dragonflies could be significant. They could hover around you. They're trying to take away your sense of adventure, your happiness. They're trying to take away your stability and abundance. Not going to work. The more they do this, the more abundant, the more prosperous, the more adventure, and the more happiness is going to come into your life. So keep at it, haters. Keep at it. Keep going. Your life is already a bunch of chaos, right? So keep going. You might as well go big or go home. Oh, wait a minute. What home? Collective, whoever I'm speaking to, you're born to be a leader. Because the love that you have within your heart and your soul is, it really brings out the best parts of you. Okay? Your wisdom inspires people. You're highly protected. The fact that they've thrown lies on your name only makes them look like a liar. Okay? Because people are starting to see the truth that this person's absolutely gone delusional. This person's literally delulu at this point. They've lost themselves. They've lost their ability to even strive forward for anything. They've lost meaning in their life. They've lost their ambition. They've lost their sense of adventure. They've lost everything. They're very much empty. They're very much deprived now. But again, this is what they wanted for you. They wouldn't stop doing what they were doing. And I'm talking to you because they did this for years, over decades, to come at you, to ruin you. Little bit every day, little bit of time every day, little bit every day. Trying to bring about some sort of demise for you. Energetically, physically. They get to know that you have a certain place or certain job or whatever, and they're calling in to ruin it for you. Anything good that's been going on in your life that just up and pretty well got destroyed, it was because of them. They were behind it all. And they held a grudge behind your back all these years. And Spirit's saying you were their favorite enemy because it's like you were complacent. You were just kind of going with it. You trusted them. You gave them the benefit out of the doubt all the time. And you didn't even see it for the longest time. And now that you're using discernment, now that you're cutting everybody out, now that you're, using your brain, allowing your intentions and intuition to tap in, and, you're tapping into spirit, that's a big game changer. Because spirit's not going to betray you. Spirit recognizes the heart that you have, your intentions. Spirit's not going to betray you. They're not going to let you down. Okay? I'm also getting you have the love of the ages. Like the type of love that you give, people can't find it anywhere. The way that you nurture people, the way that you love people, the way that you care for people with the genuine reciprocity, there's nothing quite like it. You're definitely a rarity. You might as well be a unicorn in the grand scheme of things. Mythical creatures. Did I not just say a unicorn? I rest my case. You have infinite possibilities coming to you. You are the sovereign in the seen and of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness and go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. I think this is the energy that you're holding right now, collective, and I think that's what you're working on. So continue to move forward with this energy because it's going to empower you to levels that you've never seen before. It's going to bring some major blessings to you in ways that you never even could wrap your head around. Okay? Like, your mind is about to be blown. So get ready. Where did the pen go? Where did the pen? Where's the pen? The pen's right here. Alright, so I'm going to do a mid-drift messages. So anybody that has donated tonight so far, we've got Panji with $5. We have... I hope they all show up. No, they don't. I know we have Fool with $2, I think. 2.99, I think. We have Maureen. Who else donated? I know there was one other one there that donated. Oh, my hip. Gotta straighten out my legs. Right, Prince Piper. Thank you so much. Princess Piper. Full Spec. Yeah. Is Full Spec still kicking it with us? I know Panji's kicking it with us. I still feel their energy. So I'm just going to have a cigarette. We're going to do a little bit of readings here for you guys. Yeah. So if you're still here and you want a message, go ahead and throw your super chats in with your questions or super thanks or whatever else. I'm going to start with Panji. So if you're still here, pipe up. Fool, if you're still here, pipe up. Maureen, I think you were just kicking it with us here already. And then Princess Piper. Panji, you're here? Okay, good. I really, really appreciate all the support you guys are giving me. It's greatly appreciated. You're making my haters hate me even more. So thank you. May you be protected by the divine light. And may you be abundantly blessed beyond measure. May anything that you send me return to you tenfold. May you get what you deserve. Holy shit, Marine, that's an expensive cup of coffee. $20 cup of coffee? What is it made out of, gold? I love you, Marine. You're awesome. You're all great people. And I'm very, very blessed and abundantly blessed. Abundantly grateful for absolutely every single one of my tribe members. Whether you're a member, whether you're a subscriber, whether you're a supporter, I love you all. I very much appreciate you. It's an honor to be here to provide messages for you, to bring clarity to your mind and your confusion, to help you to alchemize and be able to sort through your thoughts and to get some sort of confirmations for what you already know within yourself. We all have the right and the sovereignty to live our best life. Right back at you, Max. Takes one to know one. So just so you guys know, the manifestation workshop, the second one, is going to be this coming Wednesday. It was postponed. I'm going to do it every second Wednesday. The Hipsy Marathon kind of thing for the Hipsy readings. You can get a reading anytime. You just go over to Hipsy and order one with what's being brought in there. But I'm only going to be going and doing the pre-register for the 15% off. That's only like every second Monday. So we did this last Monday, so next Monday, this Monday coming up is just going to be collective. I think I'm going to start the elemental reads as of Monday. I'm going to start into the week with that. So stay tuned for that. Next Wednesday is going to be a very busy Wednesday because I'm going to be available from 1 to 5, and then the manifestations workshop, and then the live. So I'll be live pretty well a good portion of the day. And now that I got my sleeping schedule in a little bit better of a situation, I am still sleeping throughout the day, but it doesn't bother me much. All right, Panji, let's see what we got for you. What's going on in the world for Panji, Spirit? What does Panji need to know? So the 8 of Acorns, things might be slowing down for you right now. You might feel that the wheel is not working in your favor at this time, but it is. Okay? The Wheel of Fortune was on the bottom of the deck when I first started here, after my shuffle. So things might be slowing down to give you a bit of a break. Things that might have been just off the hook lately. So if you're finding that you're in a lull, appreciate it. Because this is Spirit recognizing that you've been doing a lot of hard work, and they're giving you a break. So take it. Slow down. You could be in your emotions at this time, not really having a lot of hope. But things are going to change for you. You might be kind of feeling a little bit bitter as to how am I supposed to heal from this kind of shit. Just sit with it. Sit with it. Hold your cards close to your chest at this time. Stop telling people everything that you're working on. Stop telling people everything that you're aspiring to become or whatever else. Keep it to yourself. Nobody needs to know that right now. The only one that needs to know that and focus on that is you. You don't want them focusing on your blessings. You don't want them focusing on your future, right? So keep your mouth shut right now. Stop telling everybody all your plans. Because I think this is the wrench that's creating chaos right now. Somebody might want you to act out of character. Is there anything else for Panji? Thank you. Yeah. Somebody's trying to disempower you. We got the strength card in the reverse. You might have a hard time right now finding courage. They're energetically tied to you somehow. They very well could be tied to your finances. They could be tied to your energy. They could be tied to your independence. You could very well be kind of feeling in a position where you are having to rely on other people right now at this time. It's okay. Okay? The family that you pick is the difference between the family that you're born into. Okay? And you have a choice with both dynamics. Okay? So take into consideration of that. You have more choice and more ability to move than you actually realize. Somebody's coming in for a fake apology, and it's basically to have you up in your head when you're finding courage. So you very well could be finding strength. You could very well be trying to empower yourself, and somebody's doing some really heinous shit. And with them doing this heinous shit, they're coming in with fake apologies. Don't fall for it. Stand your ground. Yeah, you need to end this shit. You need to end this dynamic. Whatever this dynamic is, you need to end it. It's not serving you. They're energetically tied. You know, they very well could be dependent on you. You could feel dependent and helpless. They're trying to keep you from moving forward. Yeah, they don't want you walking away. But you need to continue moving forward with a methodical method. Be very intentional within all your actions, your thoughts, your words. Almost get Jedi or Kung Fu, Karate, Jiu-Jitsu. Get very zen with every aspect of it. Be the water. Be like water. You need to love yourself more. Because somebody doesn't want you guarding your heart, and somebody wants you acting out of your emotions. Somebody's quite possibly could be being emotionally manipulative towards you. Trying to play on your emotions. You need to end this dynamic ASAP. Okay? You deserve way better than this. You need to pour into yourself more and leave these motherfuckers in the dust. Okay? I hope that message helped you. Hey, Fool Spec, are you here? Are you still kicking it with us? Wax on, wax off. You might get a lot out of a bunch of different Bruce Lee movies. Check out some Bruce Lee movies. There's a bunch on Tubi. So if you search Bruce Lee, there's a bunch on Tubi. They're free. You don't even have to download that app, but if you have room for an app, I download the Tubi app and check it out. It's free. You don't even have to sign up. All right, Maureen. What's going on with Maureen? She's definitely not Wiccan because Wiccans don't do that. Wiccans are in alignment with Mother Earth, and people that are doing stupid shit to manipulate people, no, they're not Wiccan. Okay? They're assholes, is what they are. Um, and they're projecting, definitely projecting onto you. So don't let it happen. Be aware, uh, be vigilant, guard your energy, visualize an orb around you when she's in your vicinity. Okay? All right, Maureen, Maureen, Maureen. Spirit, what do we got for Maureen? All right, Maureen. You might need to take your guard down just a little bit. Don't lower your standards. Don't lower your boundaries, but just drop your guard just a little bit. Okay? Because when we have our guard up so high, we're not allowing anything in. We're not allowing the good things in. We're not allowing the bad things in when we have our guard up. So drop your guard just a little bit and open yourself up to new possibilities and new directions, okay? Open up the possibility of your intuition. Open up to the possibility of discovering a new enthusiasm, a new focus, a new direction, okay? There very well could be an offer coming in for you coming up soon. So you might want to like take some time out for yourself. It's probably necessary. We got the Nine of Feathers. You're coming out of a dark night of the soul, quite possibly, or you're going through a bit of an awakening. We got the Hermit and the Queen of Acorns. There's definitely some sort of betrayal behind the scenes. There's a lot of injustice, imbalance going on, and this is the reason for this dark night of the soul. Ultimately, despite the chaos, this is actually happening for you. This is teaching you how to alchemize, transmute, to bring in a new environment, a new frequency. Okay, so this is why this injustice is happening, to allow you to step into your power and recognize who you are. Okay? Stand in your beautiful radiance. Okay? Allow your creativity and passions to take the wheel. All right? Come out of this idea that you don't have what it takes, or that you don't have the energy to do something that inspires you. And get out of that. Acknowledge this inadequacy, so to speak, as a challenge to meet and to rise from. Let it be your footing as in enthusiasm and a reason for moving in a new direction. Right? Allow your so-called failures, as you're calling them, to become your stepping stones to learn from. Just because you fail at one thing doesn't mean you're a failure in another thing. Just because you might fail the first time doesn't mean you're going to fail the second time. You know, what made you fail the first time? What could have you done differently? How can you learn from that experience to try again, or to step into a new light, or to step into a new direction? What can you learn from this particular situation of betrayal and having to release and having injustice in your life? What could you learn from this experience to better yourself, to empower yourself, to bring yourself to a new frequency? Okay, every experience in our existence is a lesson to learn from. If we're not learning from it, we're not living. We're existing. Okay, and that's the big problem with the world, is that we're taking our failures as, as something that we just need to accept. No, we don't have to accept our failures. We only accept our failures if we're looking to fail again. We're only focusing on our failures if that's what we're wanting more of. But how can we learn from these experiences to empower ourselves to maybe go in a different direction? Maybe this direction where you failed, maybe it's not the direction for you. Maybe it's not in alignment with you anymore, because you are going through some major changes. You are going through an awakening. You might be having a hard time empowering yourself, but why? Where's the root issue as to why you're having a hard time with your perspective and your self-empowerment? Try to gain a new discovery and enthusiasm to move forward. Okay? Because I guarantee you, things are going to change. You're changing the whole idea, the way that you stand for things. Stand for your justice. Stand for your integrity. The quality of life that you have. Okay? You are finding new possibilities. You're being persistent, consistent. There very well could be an energy out there trying to manipulate you into something that you don't necessarily want to be a part of. So stand your ground and don't be a part of it. Move in a different direction that's more favorable to your frequency. The Four of Feathers. They're trying to create chaos and unrest and anxiety because you're trying to succeed and they're not wanting you to succeed. And you're at the verge of exposing this. That what is done in the dark. The moon isn't even out here. But that what is done in the dark is coming to light. People are talking about what you're doing. People have an opinion about your life, about your progression and whatever else. It's none of their fucking business. Okay? They need to sit down and take some notes. Because these people that have an opinion are bitter as fuck and they don't like the fact that you're succeeding. So this is why they're trying to bring unrest to you. Seven of Crystals. Keep planting those beautiful seeds of intention, of quality intention. Step into your magic. Step into the ability to create your own reality. Everything that you've ever needed in your life to manifest your best reality has always been within you the whole time. Within your experience, within your knowledge, within your wisdom. So step into that. Allow the life that you've had to guide you in the direction that you wish to go. If you had a lot of trauma, if you've had a lot of work with people with trauma, help empower them. And by helping empower other people, you're helping empower yourself. Because ultimately, you have to hold yourself accountable and take your own advice. Right? Welcome in, Georgina. You're moving towards wish fulfillment, blessings, well-being, utopia. You're moving towards it. It might be a little bit slow right now. It might be a little bit challenging, but this is what you're moving into. You're having to gain a lot more strength within your self-worth and your empowerment, self-empowerment, but you're getting there. Slow and steady wins the race. There may be, and I'm being called, like, there may be days where you don't feel like you're doing anything, or that you're not succeeding, or that you're falling back. You're not. You're resting. You're taking time out for you. Okay? It's the people that want you to backtrack. It's the energy that's being projected at you that people want you to backtrack. Okay? But it's all about divine timing. You could be a Sag, but you are going to find balance and harmony and everything that you need for your future. It's coming in. Okay? Call on your angels. Your angels are there for you. Allow your guides, guards, protectors to guide, guard, and protect you. Tap the fuck in. Okay? Listen. Trust. All right, Princess Piper, are you still kicking it with us? And whoever's got that dumbass voodoo doll and you're hitting at my hip, fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. I rebuke it. Any pain that you're sending me, may you receive it. Full-fledged, 100-fold. As above in your mind, as so in your heart. You can run, but you can't fucking hide. Let whatever you send me be sent back to you. And may it be bound to you. May you feel the course of your actions within your own life. Whatever you project out to others, not only myself, let you feel it. May you feel what you project out to others. I know you're watching. As above, so below, as within, so without, and so it is. I rebuke you, I banish you. I cut any cords of energy that you have in my direction, or within my tribe's direction. You know what, James? I'd rather it burn their fucking house down, to be honest. And Mage, don't tell me what to say and what not to say in my own chat. Okay? Anybody that's got a voodoo doll, let it burn your fucking house down. Specifically of me or anybody in my tribe. And anything of ill will. If you're using the voodoo doll to heal, that's one thing. But if you're using the voodoo doll to harm and to maim, yeah, let it combust. Let it burn your altar down. Let it make you think twice about doing anything in my direction ever again. All right, Piper. What's going on with Piper? All right, Piper, Princess Piper, somebody's fucking around and finding out the hard way where you're concerned. You're going to be receiving some sort of justice. You're going to be receiving whatever they told, whatever they stole from you, whatever they took from you, whatever they did to bring challenges to your life. I guarantee you, you're getting justice for it. Somebody's coming in because they're feeling guilty about the karma they received. Okay? And they're talking about your ability to be very strategic in what you do and how you go about your life. Okay? And they be lying on you, and they've been lying on your successes. So anything that you're succeeding at right now, they're trying to diminish it. Okay? But for everything that they're doing, you're going to be receiving justice for that. You're going to have to be making a major decision about the people that you entertain, the people that you have in your life. Okay? They're trying to create a instability with your foundation. They're trying to diminish your reputation within the community. When all you're doing is trying to find hope, you're trying to find, you're really having to relearn on how to love and pour into yourself and how to open yourself to pour into others. And the situation is that somebody's a little bit envious at your at your recoil. I don't know if recoil is the right word, but the way you bounce back, like you're worse than a whack-a-mole. The way you bounce back, you're more clever, you're more quick than a whack-a-mole. You know that game with the moles popping up out of the hole and you gotta whack them? You're too quick for this whacker. If that's a good way of putting it. You're too quick for them. And I'm seeing a picture of the husky, and Buddy's got the hot dog up and out of the box, and he's trying to tease the husky. And you're too quick for the husky. You're very, very clever. You're very tapped in. Your resilience and strategy is like top notch. And you are going to succeed despite the lies and the deception. You are going to be getting sevenfold back what was taken from you. So whatever this was that somebody tried to sabotage, don't worry. Give it to the divine. Because if you're willing to let go of that and give it to the divine will provide in miraculous ways. Okay? I get knocked down, but I get up again. Never gonna get me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. That song's coming to mind. So after the live, you might want to go watch that song. I think it's Matchbox 20. I could be wrong. I hope that message helped you there, Princess. Thank you, Georgina. Let's get you a message, and then I'm going to jump back into the collective. This is your last call for alcohol. Otherwise known as, if you want a message, throw me a super chat, super sticker. Otherwise, I'm gonna jump back into the messages. A lot of this collective wide, you need to step into your power. Okay? You need to be stepping into your power. Continue moving forward. Do what you need to do. Georgina, are you with us? Yeah, we're doing all right, Anita. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. All right. What do we got going on for Georgina? Are you dealing with a domestic issue, domestic violence? Are you dealing with a abuser right now? Maybe not right now, this second, but have you been dealing with a lot of abuse, disempowerment, a lot of lies, deception, feeling unworthy, feeling like you just don't have it in you anymore? You feel kind of helpless. Okay. This could were they a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius? Because the King of Feathers, the King of Swords in reverse, that's the typical narcissist. Okay, they're good at gaslighting, they're good at disempowering people, they're good at bringing their defenses down, they're good at being a fucking asshole. Virgo? Okay. I don't know if you're still in contact with them or not, but there's definitely some sort of deception, disempowerment, feeling helpless, not being able to defend yourself or themselves, uh, seeing their ways, wanting to move forward with a new determination and new endurance, wanting to collaborate, but they don't love themselves. It's like they're trying to seek validation. Five of Acorns in reverse. Um, they're wanting to reconcile with you. They're wanting to give you a new idea, a new offer. But I get a feeling they're not coming in with good intentions regardless. But with the Three of Crystals here, there's some sort of collaboration. It's really kind of giving me they can't do it without you. Spirit's saying something about you being the bee's knees of their world. The best they ever had. You were the most nurturing. The one that gave them the benefit out of the doubt. And apparently, you made them feel gutted for what they've done to you. But they found that they love you. And they might be coming in fast to maybe reconcile with you. The King of Crystals. You might have put them into an awakening. You might have put them into a dark night of the soul because they're coming in right. They're coming in to be an emperor. But they're questioning and they're overthinking as to how it's going to go. And they don't feel the wheel is in their favor. They're pretty well at the process of losing everything. They ended up having to end a particular situation. The Ten of Crystals in reverse, the transformation. So transformation is the death card. Spirit's saying something at the fact that they might have got a bad diagnosis with something. And apparently they want to apologize. You don't see this coming. But they feel disempowered. They feel like they're juggling. They feel like they ruined a good thing. The High Priestess reversed. The Two of Shells reversed. The Two of Crystals reversed. They didn't see this when they should have seen this. And now that you've left, now that you've went and moved on, they can't move on. And everything that they've got going on is pretty well being destroyed. Like when you left, things went to shambles. You moved on to find your own wish fulfillment. You kind of moved on to reconcile with someone else. Like, I think it's like a family member or, someone, and they were very, very bitter at this. They were very emotionally distraught at the fact that you moved on. And you cut this in from you cut this out. They didn't want to awaken at the time. They didn't want to do the work, and they were literally forced into the work. It's like really giving me they got thrown into a dark night of the soul. So they had a huge wake-up call. So you might not see this coming. Use your discernment. I don't usually like giving a benefit of the doubt to the narcissist, but if they went through an awakening and somehow they've changed, which is a rarity, very much a rarity. Use your discernment, tap into your intuition, allow your intuition to guide you through this. If you don't feel safe around them, I wouldn't be meeting up with them. But if they want to contact you on your phone or whatever and have a chat, don't take any of their words for valid. Don't give any weight to what they have to say, but hear them out. I don't see, like, they were deceptive, but I see them coming in with a new kind of energy. I see them coming in with a new enlightenment, a new perspective, a new lease on life, I guess you can say. They see things clearly now, where they might have been trapped in their head. They might have not really seen what they had until it was gone. Okay? So do your best to step into your new reality. Continue moving forward. Focus on what you're focusing on. Don't allow that to distract you from what, like, as if they're telling you, oh, come over in this direction. No, I've already made this directional change. I'm going to continue going in this direction. If you want to keep in contact, if you want to have something to do with me, you can follow me like a lost fucking puppy if you want, or you can join the bandwagon. But the moment that you fall off is the moment you get left behind. I'm not fucking around with your dumbass bullshit. You know, you can put them in their place. You have every right to after what they've done to you. You have every right to stand on business. Welcome in, Inc. I hope that message helped you. Alright, Collective, you gotta give me a minute. I gotta get up and go walk for a minute. I'm gonna go grab myself a coffee, okay? I was gonna bring you with me, but I got the mic, I've got it plugged in, I've got it trying to charge and everything else, so. Thank you, Inc. Well, see, that's the thing, Georgina. Now that you're up and stable again, does it mean that he wants to come in to try to rekindle things so that way he can do it again? Maybe he is being deceptive. You know, so this is where you need to use your discernment. This is where you need to stand on business. Like, don't let him know where you live because he doesn't deserve it. Right? If he wants to make you homeless, then maybe he wants to do that again. Maybe that's how he's trying to empower himself. But I have a feeling that he had a bit of an awakening. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he went through an awakening. You know, he definitely had something happen to where I think he got karma for what he did. He's recognizing how he screwed with you and how he shouldn't have. Right? So I hope he's recognized that. Okay, good. Yeah, don't let him know where you are. He doesn't deserve to know where you are. If he wants to meet out, then that's fine, but he doesn't deserve to know where you are. And again, I think you got better coming in anyway, Georgina. All right? You have a lot better coming in for you. Better than what you even expect. So, you know, you're on your way up again, and that's all that matters, my dear. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, please do. can grab me a pack in the freezer. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I knew there was something I was going in the fridge for. Oh. All right, everybody, we're back. We're back from outer space. And again, it's not charging. What the hell? There we go. We are back. What the hell? It's working and then it's working and then it's not. Alright, so I gotta change my position. Hang on a second. I tap the screen just the right way. I tap my phone just the right way. And it takes a screenshot. Like, heaven forbid you put your phone in your pocket because you end up with 30 screenshots of your pocket. Like, Apple, get it together. All right. We got a lot of chaos in the world right now, and I really want you guys to do your best to turn off the news. And it's, in essence, yes, I'm telling you in one way or another to look the other way. Okay? But a lot of this dysfunction that's in the world is the karmic energy screaming and taking a fucking tantrum because they know their time is up. Okay? They know their time is up. And this is why they're screaming at the top of their lungs, making a total fool of themselves. They know their time is nigh. As a collective, we need to be moving into a higher frequency. The only way that we can do that is to turn off the propaganda. Okay? And you know what? Yeah, it doesn't mean that we don't care. It means that in order for us to radiate a higher frequency, we need to dismiss the propaganda. We need to dismiss the fear. We need to dismiss the pain, the suffering, and everything in between. The people that are losing their life to the bombs and the guns and the bullets and all this bullshit, my heart rests with them. My total condolence to them and their families. However, the divine has got you. The divine's got you. Anybody living in the world with good intention, the divine's got you. Okay? This is to let go of the fear of death, let go of the fear of chaos, let go of the fear of all of that. Know that the divine is with you. The divine has always been within you. The divine is always around you. And although these people, shall we call them that, they're wreaking havoc and chaos on the world in certain places, thinking that they're doing a good thing by blowing people up, by blowing different places up, by throwing bombs everywhere. They should be in shame. They should be ashamed of themselves. This is 2025. This is not 1952, 1951, 1940s, 1920s. This is 2020 fucking 5. They need to do better. They need to act better. And they need to stop the chaos. Because when they get to the pearly gates, when they get to the central station of existence and they are judged, they will be held accountable. They can run, but they cannot hide. And that's a guarantee. The news and the fear-mongering about the world going into World War III it's happening. All this propaganda, all this fear, all this bullshit, this drama, it should have been eradicated a long time ago. Okay? And the thing is that what's going on in Los Angeles where they're trapping people to break curfew in order to have somebody to fuck around with and round up, that's absurd. Absolutely absurd. They're expecting people to obey the laws. They're expecting people to obey curfews. They're expecting people to listen, and then they're literally trapping them in places that they really shouldn't be doing. But these people will be held accountable for what they've done. They're trying to incite a civil war is what they're trying to do. They're trying to create a reason to enact certain securities in order to gain certain, shall we say, certain countermeasures in order to deal with these certain people. And they're going about it the wrong way. They're being very Seven of Swords with this whole situation. But I'll tell you right now, it's not going to work in their favor. Okay? It's not going to work in their favor. It might look like it's working in their favor, but these protests are happening whether they like it or not. People have a reason and a right to stand up and speak their truth, speak their wisdom. They have a right to speak of their opinion. But the thing is, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. The whole thing is, the last couple months, I've been really kind of trying to put it out there that instead of protesting, they should be doing something different. You guys should be working with your communities to bring about a stability that you haven't ever had before. You should be working together. Because what they're trying to do is divide us. If we do not allow them to divide us, they will not prevail. But if they succeed in the division and making us feel like we're not, or that we're powerless, that's where things are, that's what they're trying to do. To make it as seem like our opinion and our point of views don't matter, when they actually do. And this is why I say that we need to do something other than protest, because protesting is nothing but a bunch of walking around in solidarity, and you don't really solve anything. You're just walking around, being present, making a step in a different direction, standing in solidarity. Yes, that's the first start of building a community that you wish to see in the world. Okay? By standing in solidarity. But you guys need to get some groups together to where, like, it's divinely led, and really, we need to step up the game. But in a way to support our communities rather than diminish it. Rather than wreak havoc on our communities and destroy the stores and all this other shit. Like, that needs to change. Because it's not solving anything. It's really not. Let's ask the cards. Let's see what the cards have to say about it. Spirit, what can we do as a community to rise up? What can we do as a community of the world to rise up and bring balance? Heal. That's what we can do. I've been stating this since I've been live, since I've been here on YouTube doing these readings. That is where the paradigm shift is. We got to heal our trauma across the board. Our underlining trauma from our childhoods, from our parents, from our generational bloodlines. We need to heal that. That's the only way we're getting out of this. We need to reconcile our differences. We need to step into a new direction, a new power, a new enthusiasm. We got to cut out the bitterness. There's definitely going to be a dark night of the soul happening. There's definitely a lot of inner work that needs to happen with the Nine of Swords. It starts with us. It starts with absolutely every single one of us. We need to be the leaders. We need to lead. We need to step into a new perspective, a new way of looking at things. It starts with the collective. In order to change the outer world, we need to change our inner world. We need to heal our inner world. The only way we do that is by empowering ourselves. The Page of Pentacles on its side, clarifying the Ten of Swords in reverse, and the Nine of Swords. This isn't something we can walk away from. This isn't something that we can just turn a blind eye to. This is something that we need to alchemize within ourselves, each individually and as a collective. This is the only way we're going to find balance. Is there anything else, Spirit? Queen of Swords. We got to recognize the lies. We got to recognize the deception. And we need to step into our power. The power that is sovereignly, rightfully ours. Continue moving forward methodically, intentionally, utilizing the inner power that we have, the inner strengths that we have available to us, each individually and as a collective. Our world is going through a rebirth, okay? And this is going to bring the balance. This is the dark night of the soul of the planet. And I think that's what needs to happen in order to bring some sort of balance to the situation. We got the Ace of Wands coming out in the reverse. Everything that they brought about to bring about the demise and gain control isn't going to work. It's going to fail miserably. And we should not have to be at the precipice at this time at the precipice of annihilation. It's 2025. There's a lot of people out there in the world that are hostile that need to give their fucking heads a shake. I'm going to say that right now. But that what is done in the dark, it will be revealed, and I think it already has been revealed. People just don't know how to react to it. People have a hard time alchemizing and transmuting shit, and that's the rough part about it all. People are colluding to bring about an imbalance to gain power. That's not the way things work. And it's not going to end very favorable for these people that are colluding. The people that do not have good intention, it's not going to work out. The divine won't allow it. Just as they tried to bring in a so-called NWO, it's not going to work. It either happens organically or it doesn't happen at all. And they're trying to force it. It's not going to work. They're thinking that they're going to take over and, be the watchers of the earth and, be the keepers of the earth. Meanwhile, they're creating sabotage and hysteria and chaos. That's not the way you go about it. We got to bring about balance. These people will be held accountable. Every single one of them. Whether by the physical justice system or the divine justice system. But I'll tell you right now, the divine justice system overrules the physical justice system. Every time. Balance will always be had through chaos. But they feel that by creating chaos, that we will submit to that. There will be a point in time in our life where there will be a civil disobedience. And we need to act accordingly in a loving, compassionate, yet stern way regarding it. There's a lot of people hurting right now. There's a lot of people that have done a lot of heinous shit. There's a lot of people that have done a lot of crap to the world, to people. And these are the people that need to go within and actually recognize what they're doing and that it's wrong. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should feel the shame. They should feel the ridicule. They should feel the imbalance. Because that is what will change you. That's what will bring you into a new position, a new perspective. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Okay? That's what the situation is. Is there anything else? We're at the precipice of chaos and rest. We're at the precipice of being left out in the cold and left behind and finding our own self-worth. Certain people that are holding on to particular information, they need to start speaking up. Because they're trying to build a world on bitterness. They're trying to build a world on hate. And it doesn't work that way. We build a world on love and compassion, understanding, respect, mutually. And it's really sad that these people need to create chaos in order to find some sort of balance. Collective, we need to continue to plant the good seeds. We need to continue to move forward and to be resilient. We need to step into that power of being able to grow something beautiful and magnificent with the world. It takes you, takes me, it takes all of us collectively as an individual as well to bring about that change. What else can we do to bring about balance, Spirit? Nurturing our stability, nurturing who we are, allowing the elements to guide us. Finding a new foundation, celebrating that new foundation. Finding a new foundation on which to execute a change or course of action. It's about collaborating together rather than to collaborate to sabotage. Find an equal playing field. Bringing about an understanding and an awareness. Allowing the inner wisdom to guide you through it. Through the sadness, through the pain. Knowing that it is in your best interest to heal the past traumas, to allow them to be released in order to make room for new beginnings and new possibilities and new miracles to enter your life. To work through the betrayal and the injustice, knowing that the betrayal and injustice it's ultimately coming from people that are hurt, that are damaged, and they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to alchemize. They don't know how to transmute the pain and the suffering that they've felt throughout their lives into something positive. All they know how to do is create chaos. Why? Because their inner world is nothing but chaos. The moment we recognize the pain and we sit with that pain and show it compassion is the moment everything changes. It's about finding our self-worth in our inner strength. Finding the strength within us that we never thought we had. And rolling with it. Moving forward and speaking up. Speaking on the injustices. Finding strength through the instability. The world as a collective, I think, is going through a dark night of the soul. This pretty well explains it all. We can't be going around arguing about what we have on our pizza. We can't be going around arguing what can and cannot go on a pizza. Because the whole idea of having a pizza is to put whatever the fuck you want on it. Pizzas are meant to be creative. And people shouldn't be judged for what they have on their pizza. Just saying. I haven't had dinner yet. I had a pepper mushroom bacon omelet slash scrambled eggs today in the morning. And then I came in and I had a bit of a nap. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner yet. Not sure. Not a clue. I don't know. I was debating on maybe grabbing pizza. I don't know. Actual pizza. Then again, I was kind of feeling like Mexican and maybe going with a chicken or beef burrito. I don't know. Buy one, get one free? With a loaded nacho? Yum, yum, yum. Tequila lime chicken tacos? You gotta be kidding me. A cheesecake burrito? Wow. That's all I gotta say. Chips and queso sauce? Roasted chicken, breaded chicken, chipotle roasted chicken, chipotle breaded chicken, tequila lime roasted chicken, tequila lime breaded chicken, sweet chili Thai roasted chicken, sweet chili Thai breaded chicken, buffalo roasted chicken, buffalo breaded chicken, veggie no protein, sweet potato, ground beef, pulled pork, pulled beef, crispy fish, shrimp, or tofu. Hmm. Pulled pork burrito. That sounds kind of yummy, I must admit. I think I might go with ground beef because that's a typical burrito. Choose base, rice, or noodles. Rice and noodles or none. Hmm. I guess rice. I'll go with black and refried beans, onions and peppers, cheese, lettuce, guacamole, homemade salsa, sour cream. I'll try the cilantro lime, I guess. Maybe? No. Not with the guac. So mild hot sauce, medium hot sauce, hot sauce, extra hot sauce, mild hot sauce. Choose extra. Beef and chicken, make it a mixed one. Roasted chicken, sure, why not? Chicken and beef. Waffle fries, loaded nachos, chips and guac, side of guac, chips and salsa. Loaded nachos. Loaded nachos. Let's go with a pulled pork nacho for a change. No jalapeno. Ground beef, rice, both black and refried beans, onions and peppers, cheese, lettuce, guacamole, homemade salsa, sour cream, mild hot sauce, extra protein, roasted chicken. I kind of want extra cheese. Because who doesn't want extra cheese, right? Sure, we'll add that in. Loaded nachos. Okay. Pure leaf iced tea. Raspberry. I really kind of want to try a cheesecake burrito. I'm not going to lie. Deep fried Mars bars. Like, come on. Cheesecake burrito. I don't know. I think that's a lot of food already. Cheesecake sauce, caramel, chocolate, strawberry, or none. My goodness. I think I'm gonna have to go with caramel if I do. Caramel in the cheesecake, or yummy, yummy, yummy. And you get the 2 for 1, so not bad. Okay. One, two, three, four, 5. Okay, yeah, that's times 2. Hey, Rumi, are you watching? Is there anything that I put in here that doesn't sound good to you? Worst case, you can jump in on the loaded nacho.
It's all good.
It's all good? Order summary. I'll get 2 pure leaves. Thank you for your patience, everybody. What the hell is so expensive? Okay, we're gonna... I'm not doing I'm not doing the cheesecake. Screw that. I don't get why it's so expensive, though. White ground beef, rice, both black, refined beef. $41 for 2 big burritos. That makes no sense. Alright, no loaded nacho. That's a little better. Sure, we'll go with that. We sent your order. What? It's saying that it's gonna be dropped off by midnight. Oh, okay, 12:30 a.m. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, they're preparing the order. By the looks of it, anyway. Let's see what my email has to say. Yeah, so about 20 after, between 20 after and 12:30 a.m. It'll be here. Listen to the phone there, Rumi. It's paid for. Alright. Not that I wanted to order food while I was on the live. I'm just rolling with it. So ultimately, collective, the overall message today is to stand in your power, do the fucking healing that you need to do to step into this power. No more sleeping on your potential. We all have a reason to be here on the earth. We all have a reason to step forward. And we need to take control of that. We can't be allowing other people to take control of that. The driver just literally went in a big old circle. They're heading to pick up the order now. Rumi, I will give you a heads up when they're close by. If you need to borrow my tablet to show them the order, then just let me know. Hey, Whispers, welcome in. There's one post that you posted on Threads in the last, I don't know, 48 hours, where, and I'm getting that this is being projected out by other people too. It's not just you that's kind of coming to this conclusion, but I find it rather irking. I don't know if irking is the right word. A lot of people are saying get out of your head and into your heart. To a degree, yes, I believe that that needs to happen. A lot of people need to get out of their head and get into their heart. Okay? Granted. However, when you have your heart and your head in balance and they are working together, is 10 times better than what it would be just to go with your heart. And the reason why I say this, okay, is because if you're only working with your heart, you're working with your compassion, you're working with, the love that you have, you're pouring out into the world, whatever, into a person or whatever the situation is, you're not using your brain. This is how you get manipulated. By not using your brain, by not thinking before you do, thinking with intention, it becomes an issue. Okay? This is how you get manipulated. This is how things tend to get out of hand. And when you're always thinking within your mind and you're not working with your heart, you're losing the compassion. You're losing the whole idea of being compassionate and to be in a sense of understanding, like from all angles. So instead of getting out of your head and into your heart, or getting out of your heart space and into your head space, it's better to have them in balance, working together, equilibrium. Okay? Because that's where you find the most balance. Guaranteed. And I'm only saying this is because within my own experience. When I was only thinking about things and not being compassionate and not giving a fuck, it brought some chaos to me. When I was always in my compassion and not really thinking, it still brought chaos. Right? But in order to use your discernment, you're having to use your mind. You're having to think about it. You're having to utilize your intuition. Right? So technically, to get out of your head, it's not possible. Because being in your head and being in your heart, it's all part of the whole idea. And in order to have any type of manifestations come through and materialize, you need both of them in balance. Thank you, Ryan. Sweet dreams there, Ryan. Be good to yourself, okay? So without one or the other, you displace your possibilities. Because in order to know what you want, you have to think about it. In order to get what you want, you have to feel about it. It all has to be part of the ingredients within that cake that you're trying to make. And this is the thing. So, like, I'm only commenting on this not necessarily because you commented it, but I've heard it quite a bit out in the ethers and the online world and whatever else. People are saying a lot about it. Get out of your head and into your heart. We need to get back to our compassion. Yes, 100% I agree with that. I totally agree with you, Whispers. It's been repetitive to me too as well. But the only thing that I've found the difference is that they need to be in balance rather than being without one and being with the other, right? But in order to use your mind, in order to use your discernment, you need your mind. In order to use your compassion, you need your heart. In order to utilize your intuition, both of them need to be in balance. And a lot of the people out there, they don't have the compassion. They don't have compassion. They don't have the ability to understand because some of them, they haven't really been through a lot. Some of them live under a rock, right? They're not aware of what it is truly to feel love or compassion or respect or whatever that means. But yes, having them both in balance is the paramount of the situation. As far as I'm concerned, but that's just only my opinion. That's it. Yeah, it is. It's very, very difficult. And I think that's partially where all the chaos comes from because we want to be compassionate, but we have to use our discernment, right? What in the heck is going on? Oh, I think they are leaving for destination. Okay, that's weird. Between 12:19 and 12:24 a.m. So they are on the way, and I would assume they have about a 10-minute drive, give or take. So there's roughly about 10 minutes I will give you the lowdown as to maybe when to go to the door. If they give you any problems, just tell them the address. Apartment 101, I guess. I don't know. Yada, yada, yada. Ow. Not to be not to follow. Mind to spiral into realms of chaos and disillusion because it's trying to understand how to navigate things. It's not meant to. See, this is the thing. Most people think it's spiraling off into delusion and chaos, when that is insightfully the epitome of a dark night of the soul, of going through a dark night of the soul, or going through a period of uncertainty. That inner chaos is what people are trying to avoid, right? But that inner chaos is what's creating the stagnance. It's what's creating the outer chaos in itself, right? But we need to alchemize that inner chaos. The only way that we're gonna alchemize it is if we recognize the chaos. In order to have that chaos, that is the catalyst for change, right? So unless we don't recognize the chaos within us, which that's where the inner thinking and inner knowing and the inner confusion is. And no, we're not misunderstanding each other at all. I totally get what you're saying. I'm just voicing my 2 cents on the deal. I totally get what you're saying. 100%. Wording might be slightly different, but I get what you're getting at. Welcome in, Sarah. Deadly Ghost. Hello. Welcome in. Just ordered food. We're just sitting here chit-chatting. We still got some time there, Rumi. Now it's saying it's arriving between 12:18 and 12:20. So they're still on their way. They're just before the highway. So they are on our street. So they're just going over the highway, just about to go over the highway now in our direction. And this is the biggest thing about when you're dealing with chaos, the inner chaos, you have to sit with it. You can't go through your day just not looking at it. Okay? I would say it's right about, give or take, maybe 30 seconds. I would be making my way out. Unless you want me to go grab it. I think they're at the stoplight at the corner. It's looking like they're moving through the intersection, so they should be here soon. Hmm? I don't know about the order number, if there is an order number, but... Hmm? Okay. They have arrived. They could probably just bring it to the door. It's like they drove right past. Yeah, they drove past it. They're having to turn around. Got a little turned around. That's funny. They're on their way back. I think they'll find it. I have faith that they'll find it. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. They are pulling in. Yeah, I would just let them come to the door this time. Yeah, that's the joys of DoorDash. $19.86. It's crazy you can track your food, let alone order it off the internet, off your phone. Yeah. All right, what deck am I going to choose? Let's see. Is there any other messages before I end the live tonight? Is there anything else that we need to know, Spirit? I'm going to go eat. All right. Cool beans. So the Ace of Swords pops out in the reverse and the Eight of Cups. So we're walking away from the lies and the deception. We're walking away from the propaganda. We're walking away from the bullshit. The instability. Moving methodically into our destiny. With the Knight of Pentacles. Walking on to brighter horizons, divinely guided, guarded, and protected with the Temperance. It's all divine orchestration, collective. Trust. Pour into your heart, pour into yourself, okay? Learn to love yourself again so that way you can love others. Call judgment on your bullshit that you need to call judgment for. You got a new beginning coming in. Ace of Wands. There's definitely an Ace of Cups, an Ace of Wands, Temperance card, Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So you're moving out of a deceptive time to brighter horizons. being very methodical as to where your steps are, uh, you know, protected by angels, pouring into your love and pouring into your own heart, as well as possibly new connections. And there's definitely a new beginning coming, a new passionate beginning. Okay, so as you're healing, know that it's going to be worth it. Know that you're going to get something out of it. Know that um, that journey that you're going on to get there is well worth the time, the effort that you put into it. You're only going to get out what you put into it. All right? And as long as you're working within your heart space and with good intentions, good things are bound to happen. Okay? I think I'm going to end that right there because that was a beautiful message. I love you all. I thank you so much for joining me. If you want a personal reading, they are open. Go on over to the Hipsy link or in YouTube there, or in the description box. If you'd like to donate to the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm gonna go eat something, maybe throw on a movie. And yeah, I will catch you on Monday. We're going to be doing the elemental reads on Monday. I don't know what I'm going to start with, whether it be earth signs, air signs, fire signs, or water signs. But that's coming up for Monday. All right. As you know, I am taking weekends off from collective readings. However, if you want to order a reading, it's still open for the weekend. So if you want to order a reading over the weekend, feel free to jump into Hipsy, okay, and order a reading. All right? That's what I'm here for. So come hang out. If you can't be good at it, at least be good to yourself. So that way, you can be good to others. And I'll catch you in the next one. Love ya. Be good.